If you're trying to get into real estate wholesaling and you literally have no skills whatsoever, you have no idea whatsoever to go do, or you just haven't closed a deal yet and you don't know what to do, I'm going to give you guys three different things that if you implement these three things when you're trying to wholesale houses, it's the best guarantee of success that I can give you, especially if you're a complete beginner, have no idea what you are doing. And so with these three things, I think these are things that you should imply with anything that you do inside of your life. And this will kind of guarantee you the most amount of success in general, especially with business, relationships, anything going on really in life, health, whatever. And they're pretty easy. They're pretty straightforward and they're easy to implement, but you got to continually implement these things and you will get success no matter what you do. And the more that you get better and better at just doing these three different things, the better you will be at being able to make massive amounts of money, being able to make amazing connections, and being able to really never have a scenario in your life where you can't make money as long as you can do these three different things. And so the first thing on this list of things that you can start to implement in your business and start immediately being able to get success, especially in real estate wholesaling, is becoming people's friends and just trying to help people out, figuring out what's going on inside of someone's scenario and figuring out how you can be the best of service to help somebody out. So if you're trying to work with a seller and trying to find motivated sellers and trying to get the property at a deep discount, if you have no idea what you're doing, you have no idea how to talk to sellers, if you have no idea how to build rapport, have sales, skills, all these different things that are very important, just try to become their friend. And the best way to do that is, let's say, for example, you just go and ask them, hey, how's your day going? And then they say, good. How's yours? Or whatever response that they have. Just be like, oh yeah, mine's good. Why was your day so good? What'd you do today? And as they start to explain things, or they give you a little bit of insight about what's going on inside their life, just act intrigued, like smile and like kind of like nod your head and like look at them in the eyes and just be very intent with your listening. And as they start to say something, like just take note of what they're saying and figure out a question that you can ask about what they're talking about. So if they're talking about, this was an example in Minnesota, there's a lot of people that would buy Harleys and then they would go on what are called tours. Basically, they'd go to these different locations and they'd get into huge crews, and it was kind of crazy. It wasn't just like these stereotypical bikers like that are hardcore people that would do it. It was like literally anybody, like retired people that had a lot of free time and had a little bit of money to be able to invest into things. Or just like, obviously, I don't know, there's just a large range of people that were into biking in where I was at in Minnesota. And so as soon as I'd see like a Harley or something like that, I'd be like, oh, are you going on any tours? Have you gone on any tours? And then if they have, ask more information about like what happened at that tour. Like, where did they go? What was it like? Would they ever do it again? Do they go on big cruise? Just like ask all of these questions about what's going on inside their life. You see, we're not really talking about the house, and that's kind of the point. We're talking about that person's life and just building a relationship and a friendship with that person. Even if, like, let's say that you don't really want to be friends with this person, then that's totally okay. But just do your best to just be a very intent listener and try to build up this relationship. If you have no skills whatsoever, this will be the best thing for you in real estate wholesaling, because then you can just really have people like you. And then as a friend, as a person that they trust and respect and you've built rapport with, they're more likely to sell their house at a discount to you or give you the best price, even if you don't know how to negotiate whatsoever. And then on top of that, just be really trying to help people out. So figure out what their situation is and see how you can be the best service of helping them out. I've even heard people trying to wholesale a house, and let's say like all of a sudden like their house got flooded or something, some sort of like situation happened. As they were trying to close the deal, they went out, they got over there as soon as possible and tried to get this person's stuff all out of their house and just trying to clean everything up for them and just trying to help them out, just being a helpful person. Is that going to give you the most amount of return on your investment of your time is going out and helping someone? Probably not, but you being there for them, that really goes to show that you're there for like the relationship, and you're there as someone that they can trust, and they're willing to make sure that this deal goes through and help you make money in this scenario. And as a beginner, and if you have no idea what to do or what you're doing, just do whatever you can to help people out. That's the business of wholesaling. It's just trying to figure out people's situations and circumstances and why they're motivated, and just trying to help that situation out, seeing if you can fix it, and giving them the resources that you have as your knowledge to be able to help them out of their situation. And that is where you're going to see bigger assignment fees. You're going to make more money, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to close deals. It may take a little bit longer to close the deal. You may not be as efficient, but when you're getting started, this is better than anything that you could do than just trying to figure everything out up front, getting information overload and all that. So speaking of information overload, the next thing that you should implement is taking action and failing forward. I know I say this a lot in a lot of my videos, and it may seem a little bit over dramatic how much I say it, but just take the first step forward. Do whatever you can to just try to get the bar moving, so that way you can just keep taking action, and it starts to spin the gears a little bit and inspires you to work more, and you're going to learn a lot more from taking action than anything that I can really tell you inside of these videos or anything you find online. Obviously, there's a few resources that are very helpful, but the biggest thing that you need to do with anything that you come across is just take action on it, and being okay with making mistakes. It's okay if you're the most awkward person in the world. I mean, check out my video that I made, like my first YouTube video ever. I was awkward as hell. I had no idea how to talk. I had no expression whatsoever in my voice, and I made my videos like 4 minutes long. And I was awkward as hell. I probably got made fun of for making these videos. People asking me, why the hell are you doing this? And then as time went on, I got a lot better, and that's just the best way that I can show you, like physically. I mean, I had this growth in a lot of different areas in my life as time went on, like being able to make more money and being able to do all these other things. But my videos, they should go to show you like the biggest drastic change that I can ever like show you in person or in these videos and whatnot. So just take action and fail forward, and just be totally okay with making mistakes. That happens to everybody. It's okay if you make literally every single mistake in the book. You make every mistake out there. After you've made this mistake, you've learned from it, and you're probably not going to make that same mistake again. And that's better advice than I can give you, is you making these mistakes and learning from it. That's how I learn the best as well. It may not be the best for everybody, but across the board, you'll be able to learn a lot faster, and you're going to be able to kind of live through these experiences. And then when you end up in the same scenario, you're going to be able to be a little bit better at assessing the situation and being able to make things work. So really just go out there and take action. Anything that you come across, especially any of my videos, any of like, let's say Wholesale Millions, Max Maxwell, Jalen White, I don't know, there's a ton of different YouTubers, Flipman, any sort of content that you come across, just take action on it. Even if it like doesn't make the most amount of sense, but if you have no idea what direction to go, or you haven't done anything yet, just start taking action and trying to put that first step forward, and it kind of is like a snowball effect. Eventually you start to get better and better. You put more action in, you put in more hours, you put in more time, and eventually you'll get to the point where you start closing deals, and then start having a little bit of success in the business, and on from there. So the last thing, and I think this is one of the most important things, even if you're not good at the first thing or the second thing, becoming friends with people or taking action, failing forward, I think this is probably like the most guaranteed way to have success, is just be like the most persistent person in the world. We've all seen these types of people, like they just won't give up. It's usually a lot of like times when you go, when you're talking to salesmen and stuff, like if you're ever like gone and test drove cars and talked to a car salesman, they'll call you like every week if they're a good salesman, if not like every couple of days, trying to get you to move this deal forward, and then they'll just keep following up with you. They're just extremely persistent. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because if you just keep taking action, you just keep trying to make things work, and you're just really persistent about it, you just show up every single day, even if you have no idea what you're doing, you have no idea on what route you need to go. Just keep going out there and showing up every single day. This is the consistency factor. The more consistent you are, the better. I want you to be able to be so persistent that people are like, wow, I can't believe that you're still doing this for this long, even if you haven't had any success. Just keep being persistent, and as time goes on, with these other two things, you're going to get results. It's just a matter of not if, but more of a matter of when. When am I going to get these results? And obviously, you got to learn from what you're doing with all this. It's going through these experiences and learning from these experiences and kind of taking a step back and evaluating what's all happened and what's worked and what hasn't worked, and focusing on the 20% of the things that you do that do work. And as you do that, you're going to get more and more closer to being able to have success if you don't get success at this point. Just keep taking action, keep being persistent. And since wholesaling is such a relationship business, just become their friend and just try to help people. And that's how networking goes in general as well. It's just becoming people's friend and helping people out, and you're going to make crazy amount of connections. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about other people, and you're going to be able to go out there and make things work. So anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys wrote these 3 things down, or at least you're going to take action on taking action and doing these other few things that I talked about. But the people that do these 3 things, they're the ones that I always see having success, and they're the ones that are just like the most excited about what they're doing, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to go out there and have success. So anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you haven't already, join the fam, join the gang by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also smash the like, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.